So recently I was called to DP on a shoot, a very short film that, trust me, taught me a lot. So I'll be sharing 5 things I learned. These 5 things I think did open my mind to a lot of corrections and things to learn. Now this is going to be part because I do know I'm still going to learn more. So what I learned, I'll show you guys. And if you find that to be something fun, just subscribe. And disclaimer, I don't know if I call this a disclaimer, but I couldn't get BTS. I did take some pictures. I will share that as we go. Let's get into it. Hey there, my name is Franklin, a DP based in Lagos, Nigeria. So this is the second time I've been called as a cinematographer for this particular person. The first one, for some reason, I didn't see that as something to talk about, but I did learn a few things from that. This one stood out for me a lot. I saw more equipment and I was like, okay, I wasn't informed that we'll be going this deep. So the first thing I would say is be humble. It's a thing in this industry to, want to impress people and act like you know everything. And as a regard, you're pushing people away who want to help you, or you end up showing up as a person, as a prideful person. And trust me, people, or I, for one, do not like working with prideful people. Because first off, it makes it hard for me to connect with them and understand how they think and understand how they work. So being humble places you in the place where people find you interesting to work with. Now, there's a difference between being humble, right, and being timid. You want to be sure that you know what you're doing, right? I think that's another point. You know what you're doing, but at the same time, you're open to ideas, conclusion, corrections, suggestions, even by the assistant. So being humble would actually take you really, really far than you think. Secondly, like I mentioned, know your stuff, right? While you're being humble, you're not acting like, oh, what does this do? What's the purpose of this? Know your stuff. A humble person who knows their stuff is a delightful person to work with. You are open to people speaking, you're comfortable working with, and at the same time, you're someone who is confident with the camera. As a DP cinematographer, you're not just pointing the camera, you are telling a story. Keep calm. Because you would have the gaffer, the AD, the assistant asking you, what do you think about the shot? What do you want to do? What do you want to create? They will bring up suggestions and they will just turn to you and like, please, what do you want to do? It comes with a lot of pressure, right? And if you do not understand why you're there or what you're there to do, which means knowing your stuff, you will panic. And once you panic, the potential opportunity that can come or that might come from that particular work is then not so sure, because as much as people want someone humble, they also want someone who can lead. And for number 4, I don't think it is mentioned enough, but be fit, okay? You don't need big muscles, you don't need those things, but please be able to move from a lower position to a high position effectively. Get those knees working, right? Get your feet steady in terms of being able to stand and hold the camera for a long time. For me, I'm used to handheld. I have a gimbal, but I rarely use it. So as a result, I have built myself in trusting my balance. I'm not saying you should discard your gimbal. I'm saying be strong, all right? There are times where you have to stay in a position for an unusual amount of time. That will rely on the strength your body has. So if you think you can't stand for too long, you need to mount the camera on a tripod and go and sit down. Make sure you're strong, both physically, mentally as well, because again, the previous points that I've mentioned can really be draining. Please do some squats, lift some weight so you are able to balance the weight of the camera on your body. And lastly, please keep in mind that you're not just pointing a camera. You're trying to get an emotion out of them, right? So be ready to, let's take this again. Even though you're not the director, you are the one seeing what the people will see. And you want to tell a story that matters, that would leave a mark on people's mind. So you're not just pointing a camera, you're telling a story. I got to learn this because even at the moment of recording, I am seeing things and reframing things. Now, I think this would be an extra point. Do not reframe abruptly. Like if the actor is not in the center of the frame, don't just move them in the center of the frame. Try to mimic the emotion and move them to the center of the frame. So it feels like there is something going on. There's a confusion you're trying to set straight. So just a recap. First off, be humble. Second, please know your stuff. Third, do not panic. Fourth, please be fit. And fifth, remember you're not just pointing a camera. All right. That's it. Hope this helped you in some way. If it did, kindly subscribe, like, and share. And I will catch you guys in the next one.